How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTCReaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading with the prices going up or down. So over on total for the daily, we did continue forward a bit, so this is positive. We are trying to break that 809 area. If we can continue past this area, we may continue further. Remember, this 100% probability on this higher time frame doesn't mean much. We can see that getting validated on lower time frames, and this indicator is not a guarantee. No indicator is guaranteed. That's why we use multiple. RSI is heading up that red line. Stochastic is trying to remain in bullish territory. Momentum does want to remain bullish as that VWAP is trying to make a bounce here. This does look positive. If that VWAP can continue to make this bounce, that money flow will remain green, and then we can continue further. Our next resistance area would be this 936. I'd be retesting some heavy consolidation from the previous bull market, and then the top of the previous bull market would be around this 115 area. So we are doing well on our way to retest previous highs there. Over on Bitcoin futures, there's nothing, so we will jump right to Bitcoin. If we can not move everything around there we go. So over on Bitcoin, we need to see a little bit of a pullback according to the higher time frame. I don't think that may happen depending on the lower time frames. Our stochastic does want to pull back. Momentum is starting to round away with the red dot suggesting it does want to push down as that VWAP is starting to favor bearish, so watch lower time frames close. Money flow is starting to pull back, so if that VWAP does not reverse, our money flow could head toward that neutral area. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a bit of a descending channel here. Remember, a descending channel does end up breaking you forward, and this could try to push us up to around that 91, 92K area, where we do have this possibility from that previous low there. So I would watch. That could be positive. That would leave these lower kind of percentage probabilities based on this high. That would leave those behind. I mean, we could continue away from them. Remember, these are two different scenarios. It's saying one of these two scenarios could happen. Our stochastic does want to pull back. RSI is starting to weaken. That VWAP is pulling back. Momentum is favoring bearish. And that money flow is remaining bullish. But with VWAP and momentum dropping, if that VWAP does not reverse soon, that money flow will go into the red. And if it holds red for several hours, we will see an invalidation of this pattern, break down, and push lower. If we look at the current candle, it is a long upper shadow candle, which also could, well, now it's trying to close as more of a solid candle. If we get that long upper shadow, kind of like here, followed by a red candle, you can see a drop away. That would be what would invalidate us, push that 89K, and then try to retest that 88 if we're not careful. Our VWAP, watch that close. If it can recover, could push us forward, but we're going to need to follow this candle with a green candle like back here in order to make another touch to the top. If we get that touch to the top and then we break away, watch for that continuation. That continuation could be what would put us higher on those higher time frames, possibly toward that 100K range. If we look at the 4 hour here, we do have some probabilities like calculate. There we go. So we do have some probabilities to push around 99.5, 100K. It's not really showing what kind of time horizon, but if we did see this descending channel break up, we would see a continuation of that overall push toward that based on this low here, and that would give us that possibility to see that 100K. However, if we invalidate this channel, that's where we're likely going to see that bit of a pullback there. Our momentum does want to round. VWAP is remaining bullish. Our money flow is in the bullish territory, but if that VWAP does break down, we're likely going to push lower. So I would exercise caution there. We can now jump over to graph. We are seeing a push above that 2061, so that is positive. We are making that bounce off our value area high, getting another green candle, so that could continue to push us up. Our stochastic is getting a bullish cross with our blue above orange, so that is positive. RSI is pushing up. VWAP is bullish, momentum is heading up, and the money flow is in the green. So overall, we do look positive. If we can maintain above this zone, we do have that possibility to push around that 2779. So over on the 1 hour here, we do have higher highs and higher lows, so that is positive. That is a bullish continuation, but they are getting pretty straight and narrow. I would watch, as that could be a bearish breakdown. That bearish breakdown wouldn't be too big. Maybe we see a retest of that 18.8, which could be a higher low overall. compared to here and here. That would be a higher low. We could make a bounce, continue for higher highs, and see a further bullish continuation then toward that 26. But again, watch if we can get that higher low, if we do pull back, or if we can continue forward. Our momentum does want to pull back. VWAP is starting to break down. If that VWAP continues to break down, it's likely momentum will drop, money flow could weaken, and then we would see those lower areas. So I would watch that VWAP close. Over on Anchor for the daily, remember, if you have any requests to make, we will stop at algo. But if you have any requests to make, drop them in chat. We will cover any coin. I'm not biased against any coins. I just won't invest in everything. So just because you drop a coin doesn't mean I'm going to invest in it. Don't take it personally. Stochastic does want to push up, RSI is gaining strength, momentum is pushing forward, VWAP is in the bullish territory, and money flow is in the green, so we do look pretty positive here. Remember, we do have that potential to push around that 40 cent area, providing we can continue here. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a little bit less potential to get toward that 34, so we do have that potential for a continuation break forward. If we can get above that and hold, that would be where you would see that daily breakout possibility continue to happen. That give us further probability to push toward that 49, but we're going to need to break through this 34 and our 37 first and see how these lower time frame probabilities happen and how we can continue along the bigger scheme. Momentum does want to round. We do have a red dot. VWAP is pulling back. Money flow is in the green, so we do look pretty positive here. So over on XRP for the daily, we do have the possibility of a pretty big drawdown if we're not careful. We did continue to rip today, so we did push above that $1. Still not the $2 that everyone was hoping for yesterday, but guess what? We're seeing very good gains here. VWAP is in bullish territory, overall pulling back though, money flow is green, and momentum is pretty maxed out, so I would exercise caution as that momentum will start to round away eventually. Over on the 1 hour here, we do have lower highs. We could be making consistent lows. I would watch if we get consistent lower highs and consistent lows. We can make a descending triangle. That descending triangle would break you down. We do have a 69% chance to pull back to 97, 98, and then we could continue further from there. Momentum is rounding away. Stochastic is breaking down. That VWAP does have lower lows, so I would exercise caution as we could continue to break away. Our RSI is starting to weaken, so if we continue to see RSI and stochastic break, with VWAP bearish, momentum will drop, money flow will continue to weaken, and we could start to weaken those higher time frames. So if you're trading, you could say you want to buy 1 XRP here. I would say maybe a little bit more because XRP is not really worth more. Let's say you want 50 XRP, that'd be $50 in this area. Did not mean to do that. So 50, buy, there we go. So you could kind of see that as a DCA pullback area if you're not buying already, as we do have that probability to pull back. VWAP is favoring bearish, so if this continues, we may see that drawdown. I'll leave that there. If you're kind of in right now, you may be looking up. You may see some further potential, but we really don't have probability on our side based on our indicators. We would want to see a continuation in the altcoin market, though, to help push us up. If the rest of the altcoins push up, it's likely XRP could push up as well. There's a lot of speculation going on about XRP as well, so speculation does run its course as well. Sometimes it's buy the rumor, sell the news. Sometimes the rumor is, hey, Elon Musk wants to use XRP, and then the news is, hey, he never said that. So over on Algo for the daily, we do have a long upper shadow candle possibly forming. So again, watch for a red candle. A red candle in this zone would give us a rejection of the value area high of our fixed range volume profile, which could make us see that pull back toward that 1466 that's mapped out right here. Stochastic is starting to round, momentum is rounding, VWAP is getting a lower high, so watch that VWAP. If it ends up pulling back here, we could see the bears gain control. Over on the 1 hour, if we can get this to load, we do want to push forward according to this higher low here, so we do have a 27% chance to push toward 21. That would be a lower high probability, and then a 72% chance to retest that 25. So that would be quite the breakup for us to continue. We were just below that 13.5 last week, right around that point control, so we have seen very good gains lately. Our momentum is starting to push down, VWAP is favoring bearish. Money flow is starting to weaken, stochastic is rounding, and RSI is starting to push away. So I would exercise caution based on that VWAP. If that VWAP continues to favor bearish, we may see our other probabilities where we end up pushing down right here. That would be a 72% chance of a higher low compared to here and here. So if we do see that pullback, that would be probably area to DCA. So if you're trading, you could trade, buy one algo. Let's say you want to buy like 100, sir. So buy 100 algo there. That'd be a pretty good drop down, and then you would ride the bump up if we can continue forward to see some sort of retest up here. But obviously, if we do see that breakdown, we would end up seeing some sort of different recalculation based on the NPP at that time. So you would want to pay attention to that, pay attention to other indicators, don't take one. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join us in